What's up guys, Karni here, finally with map of the year 2023. We've got a lot to cover. First things first, how will my list work? It's not like the one you've seen on the mapping Discord, because when I started my deduction of the maps, it wasn't even decided how we will do the voting. Therefore, my maps will differ a little, which is fine, because I decided, since we started this thing in like September, I think. Was September the first episode? I think September or October. Is the reason why maybe I should cover the other months as well. Don't worry, we won't go through the entire thing. I wrote some maps down, like when I made my deduction of what is the best ranking map. I decided to talk about the best 3 of each month. We will be faster on the later months because we already covered them in the separate videos. But also we will go into a little more detail, not too much detail, but a little more detail of the previous months we didn't cover. That should be till August, I think. We'll see while we're doing it. Then I will notice. And yeah, out of the best maps, my personal bests of the month, not the best of the committee, my personal best of the month, we will go later on to the top 12 voting, where any map, the best map of the month, will clash against till we eventually get a winner. So there might be some cases where I'm like, you know, that second place is better than the other month's first place, but it doesn't matter. You will get my own opinion anyway, and we'll just clash the months at the end. I feel like it's a good solution to cover this. And well, after all that, enough talking, let's get into it with January. I will start mentioning the third rank of January and will later on go immediately to the places below that are either close call, and then we will fully explain the third place. The third place of January goes to Rheinmetall Volume 3 Moonfall. Rather close race, very close race I have to admit, with my fourth place Lost C-Style. Quick thought to this, I love C-Style as a whole. It's a great track, honestly. I really enjoyed playing it. While I'm rather going subjective on this list, I still gotta say though that for the fact it's deckless, I just don't wanna put it above Moonfall. So that's already, but overall a very cool travel to Sisti. And I even like this more than the regular Sisti maps track-wise, so it's really cool challenge. And my fifth place, Nexalon Volume 1 Time, also a very great map, honestly. Just felt like it's not that special in comparison, and while I really like Nexalon's track, this is not really his best one. Fair enough, I think it's an older map if I remember correctly, so that's fine. I just wanted to mention that it's a pretty cool map still. And now, let's go into detail. Rheinmetall. Rheinmetall is the winner of Map of the Month of January. We voted this 6-2, I think. 6 votes for Rheinmetall, 2 for another map I will cover. And well, what can I say? I was so damn against the decision of putting Moonfall on top, because deep inside I hate Moonfall. Let me tell you why. The thing is, I love the decoration. I can't say much against the decoration. The decoration is pretty much another execution of Gurk style, which is, however, slightly different in the execution alongside the track, which is rather different. I see that he tried stuff. It's neat. I gotta say it's neat. But holy shit, the moment I had to play this several times in a clan war, I lost it. I totally lost it. I don't know if this map got fixed over the course of the months, but when I played it early on, the track was a mess sometimes, especially the script parts. I had this moment so often that I would just bump against the cover on the scripted jump, and it made me go nuts, honestly. The map driving is a nightmare. Straight up nightmare. I hated it. Like, half of the track is fine, but the other half was so weird to play from time to time. Sometimes I got the weirdest shit going on there, and I honestly really dislike the last part. Like, it's kind of skill issue perhaps. Same time though, I gotta say, it's not really fitting. Why would you make such a long one-shade loop in a map like that, it felt off, aside from the fact that it's just MSTU generated decoration. Like at this point, honestly, just delete the entire loop and put the hunter earlier, because it serves no purpose, honestly. Just like a weird skill check after a rather chill and easy to beat map, honestly, despite all that odd script jump stuff. So I don't want to say Ramatel Volume 3 Move was a bad map. It's actually a pretty good map overall. I just didn't really have the best time with it. So yeah, really, if Lost would just have invested a little bit, all he had to do was just invest a little bit of decoration. He would no wait she whatever. Whatever, Lost would have got rank 3. So yeah, next time please just decorate it. I know you can decorate Lost, just why didn't you do it? I know it's a CST style map, but come on. We can evolve shit, you know, we can evolve shit. So yeah, that's my third place here. And I don't understand why it won. So the second one is Gurk Coastal. Coastal, honestly, I'm not sure. Like it's very tight with the first rank. I gotta say it's a really cool map. Like it's pretty chill. It's one of the earlier EDD ones. I think it's the first map after Speedito, and Speedito was like the kind of map that really put Gurk again on the radar for me. Like before, okay, you had Feeling Reckless and stuff, and Gurk wasn't unknown, of course, but yeah, Coastal seemed probably weaker than Speedito, and that's why it maybe got a little overlooked. I'm not sure. Because, like, personally, I can only say that I like the nighttime styles usually more than the daytime styles. Though it's a really cool daytime style he went along with, like a pretty unique one. You rarely see coast beach themed maps, it's pretty neat. Also, combining it with speed and those wide fields alongside it. I mean, it felt kinda slow in between because you had like speed, then just wide field of regular speed. Yeah, it's probably that the main reason why it's only it's still a pretty good thing, second place. Like, I don't know. It is a great map with almost no flaws, honestly, but it just was a little flow killing, I think. I probably would have wished more for a full speed map, especially like that script at the end with the, by the way, very cool selected water, the water shader. But that one part also where you fly across that water, like I guess it's intended to be pretty cool. Like the vibe is somewhat there, but it felt way too slow, honestly. Like it felt way too slow in comparison. So yeah, it was a little vibe killing, honestly, which is probably for me personally the reason why it felt wackier than the first place. So yeah, that's Girl Coastal. A very strong map overall, just with the flow killing that kinda ruined it a little. But that's just rather cherry picking than an actual big issue. It's still a very great map. Okay, the first place we got in January is Brian, Volume 18, Blue Lagoon. Now, Blue Lagoon, personally, I was able to see it in advance, and I was already stunlocked there. Like, let's face it from that perspective. Like, the thing is, you have Abzu from the same mapper with Disaster, of course, and Disaster has huge impact on decoration, of course. But you have the same underwater theme, and probably some players maybe thought that it's a downgrade to Abzu, which I somewhat could understand. But the thing about this map specifically, I'd say, is that it's just entirely different. it would be odd to compare them, because from a mapper perspective, I've got to say that Blue Lagoon is pretty very, very well made. Because it's not just underwater themed, it's literally made underwater. And I'm not sure if it's known in the community overall how the water in San Andreas works, or like how many mappers themselves actually once tried to map around the underwater mechanic. There are very rare instances of actual underwater parts. I only know about Relax 2 from DC, Volume 18, where the spawn's underwater, and the underwater passage of, I think it was named Power of Fantasy by Fafax. So the underwater thing is pretty unique in several ways. Like the first way here is that if you spawn underwater, the physics are normal, but as you might notice, Blue Lagoon is darker and brighter sometimes. That's because depending on how deep you are in the water of San Andreas on the water level, the lower you go, the darker it gets. It's not an effect that Brian added or anything. It's just a thing that exists in this game and you just can't get rid of it. And there is what makes this cool. Like, not only had Brian to work with limited space, because if you go too low, you're actually teleporting back in the city. That's actually a thing. You port to the nearest place because you get out of bounds. But not only he was limited with the height he got, he used pretty well for the scenery. Like, the place is getting darker and brighter, and it somewhat made sense, especially for that one giant jump script where you get accelerated pretty fast. It's just a cool vibe alongside the song, especially. Pretty cool stuff for me. And other than Coastal with the flow killing, here I feel like the vibe is very consistent. Maybe the style is not crazy enough for some people. For me personally, it's very cool from both a map perspective and also the play experience perspective. It's pretty well to drive despite the darker bits. Like, they're still pretty clear. And, well, Brian isn't quite a newcomer. He knows how to map, and his tracks pretty much show that he can map. He's pretty good at track making. I just combined mapping and making. You're macking. Jesus, crazy. Anyway, so yeah, the first map for me, the first map of the month winner is Blue Lagoon. I also voted this in the committee, and we'll see it at the end voting. Blue Lagoon is qualified. Moving on with February. And well, February was a pretty... This wasn't the best month. It was actually the worst month for mapping, because it only had 6 maps overall, and about all of them were pretty okay-ish. Nothing special in there. I gotta point out that the guy here named Krishna is one of those who I'd say has some potential for later maps. I'm looking forward actually that he's doing more, because he seems interesting overall. But else, yeah, Nostalgic Orange, also not the worst map, but I would just only discuss one single map here, which also won the community vote by a lot, which would be Destroyer, Fiji Terror, Feed BC, Knockout 2. Honestly, I was part of the people after we established as committee that we also can reject to vote. I rejected, and honestly, looking back at it, it was a bad decision. I considered a bad decision, a very strict one as well, because during the time I didn't feel like Knockout is standing out. And it's fair enough to say that, I think, because Knockout is practically a map that is just clean. It's clean in many aspects, about all. The only one it's not being sometimes intransparent parts. Like, Knockout doesn't feel like an HDM, honestly, so it's a little weird that you don't have key turns, honestly. And it makes the map unnecessarily harder than it should be, especially given that the room decoration is kind of very close, and therefore you can't really see the next part. Also, that it's, despite the decoration having some differences within the rooms, a lot of it also looks similar to previous rooms if you don't like overplay the map and have the perfect attention to specific parts. which leads to the fact that, and I can say this like I topped this map already, you usually have this effect that sometimes you just switch rooms. Like, I mistook a part for another part. It actually happens a lot, at least for me personally, while I tried playing this, especially since the map is, I think, 5 minutes. It's about 5 minutes, about 4:30 till 5 minutes long. It's a very long map, honestly, for such patterns. But that's honestly the only flaw, and that's why I feel like the decision of the committee was a bad one. Because, yeah, it didn't have much enemies in this month, and it feels odd just to give it a win for not having enemies. But Knockout 2 is still an amazing map in itself, because it's just keeping this consistency level up. It's still a good map, a quality map, and yeah, it didn't deserve to be done dirty by a committee like this. I just wanted to mention that, definitely. Yeah, else there is nothing much more to say about it. It has cool parts, it has cool decorations, it's overall just a clean product. Yeah, I just kind of wished for more interesting stuff in it, because it's just clean, as I said, but it's kind of cherry picking, honestly, because such a type of clean map is also gotten pretty rare. So we gotta appreciate Knockout 2. Good job, guys. March. March is a month with a lot of solid maps, honestly. We've got, let me tell you the top 5 and 4 again, quick rundown. We have, for 5th, which I consider a little closer, Shared Skill. Shared Skill being a pretty neat map by Naruto again. Naruto is out of his prime for quite a while, honestly, and I think it's just because he not caring too much about the game anymore or his maps, which is fine, because the guy did a lot of cool things in the past. So yeah, the main issue with Shared Skill is just that it's rather short. If it was longer, honestly, it would have had a better chance, though I gotta say the top 3 of this month are pretty strong maps, so I'm not too sure about it. And above it, Mockingbird by Diatron. I kind of would have loved to put it on the top 3, because I appreciate Diatron as a mapper who's more in the shadows. Like, I don't feel like Diatron gets enough recognition for what he deserves, because his style is pretty simple, yet I feel some kinda passionate touch in them. And Mockingbird just shows how solid he is in creating a vibe for a map, using this pretty great song from Eminem and just maybe making a map revolve around it. I think he did a pretty good job for that, so I just want to give him the credit here, because despite not being in the top 3, I really like this map, honestly. So now we jump to the big 3 of March, and we start with, well, myself. On the 3rd rank here we have Carnidius feat Slimy Terror feat Gitacia. Or just Carnicle feat Slimy feat Lacia GT San Andreas, however you want to pronounce it. It's a GT Terror San Andreas. Our For the Love of Tribute Legacy, however you want to call it, of GT Terror, involving several maps of him: Noxious Force, Dark Inception, Mischievous, and even more. Honestly, I could probably make an entire video about the thought process of this map, but that's not why we are here. If you want to have it, maybe you can write it in the comments or whatever. But for now, we're just talking about the quality of the map and, yeah, what I think about it retrospective, because it's always a little weird to talk about my own maps in this type of format. So let's just say, I think we did a cool job, honestly, of making a legacy for GT Terror. I know it was pretty passionate, because I've been there, and without Slimy I wouldn't have finished this long idea. Like, I had it for a very long time. We had several, as I mentioned, several parts in it of GT Terror, and I think they show pretty clear, like the beginning being a lot of Noxious Force parts that we both copied a little, just a little, and then built something new out of it, using same object palettes of decorations, using some ideas we see in later Noxious Force, like part 4 for example, with the gates. Also then the burning passage later on, where well parody burning in a Noxious Force style fashion of the decorations, leading to a swap later on to Inception. And I think all those elements, I think they harmonize pretty well on the map. The only issue I see with this is that in comparison, I guess it's just a little over the place. Like, it's not really an HDM map for a huge part. Same time, it's not easy because you have the HDM parts in it. I guess the balancing of skill is just a little off in this map. And beside that though, I don't know. I guess that's something that the players, you guys, have to rank here, because it's always hard for me to just rank my own products. Like, I don't want to suck my own cock. Same time, I don't want to be too harsh on myself and not giving credit to me or Slimy for nothing, you know. It's just, I'm trying to balance this, you know. So I just leave it at the fact that we did a good job. There's minor things we could have improved probably. Maybe with a clearer vision of what we're going to do, because it was a little over the place, as said. But it's still a cool map, and I think the best tribal to G-Taro, in my opinion, honestly. There are a lot. Though we have a map, but I don't think I'm gonna talk about it, so we can just say it. The map Fabian by Sorata and Knave is also pretty cool. Though I consider ours better personally, because theirs is the MSTU, which is nothing bad. It's just a compilation, and if you want to play it, you want to play it. It's cool. It's a cool compilation. While ours is, however, a creation of own parts, except the final. I don't know if you know this, but the final of GTA San Andreas involves MSTU part bits, decoration bits of a few of G-Taro's volumes. I think it's pretty cool. I don't know if you noticed that. So yeah, that's a little fun fact before we move on to the next one. Rank 2 of March is 30 Legends 2, another map I'm involved actually, I just noticed. But to be fair, my part here is rather small, so it's way easier for me to discuss this map, honestly. I mean, 30 Legends, if you don't know it, a project. I think this part was set up by Savadish and Akino. I'm not 100% sure, but I think it were those two. The previous one, the part 1, was by Armanov and Semisan. And the map is basically all about having 30 different mappers doing like a... I don't know how long we're apart, 20 seconds I think? Roundabout. And yeah, putting them all together to one big project. And it's definitely way better than the first part. That's straight up easily the better one. Also with more crazier mappers. Like in the first part we had some very, I don't want to say no name because it's pretty dissing honestly, but same time it's kind of like that. Like guys like Ice Sunlight, I don't know, for example, or even a Nakvi who you would probably know, but is he really a legend? You know what I mean? But this map has so many great mappers honestly combined. We got Sanjay, we got Johnny, we got Pirzi, we got Nicotine, we got Shondex, we got Faku, Zebra, Circa, Smix, a lot of guys, even Decoy. Decoy actually, it surprised me when I saw him in this map. It's just a pretty cool thing to have so many mappers, you know, from even some legendary maps. And I think most of them did a pretty good job, honestly. Like, I think my personal favorites, like Johnny did a really cool part in my opinion. Also Shonix did a very nice part, which is luckily not too over the place in comparison to everything else. Which is pretty cool. Thanks Shonix for holding back a little. Else, yeah. Also Zebra did a pretty cool bit, and Zerka finished off very, very well with pretty sick decoration. But the map sadly also had some issues. And the main issue, I hate to address it because I love the guy, but there was some weird stuff going on with Yami's part. Because Yami didn't even make his part himself, if I remember correctly. It was orchestrated because Yami didn't have the time. And I think it was the worst decision, because at this point, instead of just replacing Yami, it was decided to put an MSTU bit out of his Beast Mode skill map. And not only I consider this pretty lazy, because like we all made new parts for this map. Why would you MSU that one part out of another map in? I think that's the kind of art this project has, is that it has own created parts by the mappers that are still reassembling of their styles. And not only this is the issue, but they took the worst Yami part you could take. Like, the part of Yami alone is about above a minute long, which is not exactly that long for a bit, but a bit considering a map with 30 mappers, it's a pretty long bit though. Like, not only this, but same time it's the part where you drive backward a long time, just to drive forward, backward another long time. Like, the part of it is like 40 seconds backward and everything else is just, yeah, I don't know. Actually, it's probably even 50 seconds of it is backward slow driving. What's the point of it? This part single-handedly ruined the map for me personally, simply because it's just so flow killing. If you look at the other parts beside the teleporters, it's just so well flowing. You have good transitions and then you just get to the Yami bit and Yami slows down everything. It's so horrible. And that's the main argument why I can easily say that it's not the map of the month. Despite all the cool stuff building up to this project, it's still a great project, and it's still a good job made there to even organize it. But yeah, it took it down a lot, honestly. It's the only thing though I could criticize here, because else, yeah, for a map that involves 30 mappers, it's a very, very great map. And also pretty good at working to, like, it's an HDM in the end. It doesn't really have bugs, at least they got fixed afterwards, which is pretty good, most of them. So yeah, 30 Legends 2 part is rank 2. Okay, let's jump to the hashtag 1 rank of March, which I didn't vote honestly as the winner back then, because I don't know. My early game in the community was a little mid from the opinions, because the main issue with Schwan Volume 7 Metaphors is that I don't like its decoration. But not I just don't like it, I kind of really disliked it during that time. It's for several reasons. The only thing good being the purple shades, that they were pretty cool. But the issue is that it's way too dark in my opinion, and I just don't really like the object palette, and it's kind of a decrease of what Schwan can do in my opinion. And I don't know, this entire map felt like a letdown, but my main mistake is that I just put it too much on what I like about previous Schwan maps, style-wise. And I kind of got caught in it, and just didn't really pay enough attention to everything else this map has to offer. For example, that it's an amazing track. I mean, of course, you gotta like it, because Schwan uses a very lot of scripts to fix his maps, and you feel them. It's not like Schwan is a smooth mapper, honestly. Schwan is rather the type of guy who forces his parts to work, which honestly though is fine for his type of style, because Schwan doesn't make skill checks like that. Schwan just wants you to roll down and flow along the track. It's fine for this kind. I just don't like it when those scripts are used to simulate skill, because that is just not the thing to do. So this design choice is pretty good. And the track really feels amazing. Like, when you drive it, the map, maybe 1 or 2 attempts, maybe a little misleading sometimes, but once you get used to the pace, it's not a pretty rough, tough map, but just really cool. Flowing down there. I would say one of the better tracks we got this year, maybe one of the very best. I don't know, it's just very unique and cool. I also gotta say I don't like the song too much, which is also kind of an important choice for a map like this that's supposed to vibe. So yeah, the thing is, my personal preferences just didn't match too much with this map, and that's I guess why I didn't vote it as the winner back then. These days, now though, as you can see, it's also my rank 1. I was simply too harsh for it. And here's my apologies to Schwan. You still won, of course. I didn't have an impact on you losing anything, but I just wanted to say I treated you wrong with this, despite you not knowing it till now. But it's probably still your best map. And yeah, just next time, I don't know, I prefer your other styles, like also another map later on I'm not sure I talk about, but Light of Mine, for example. That's amazing decoration, that's next level. I really wish, if you do a Metaphors 2, please just, I don't know, spice it up with something, but it's probably really just me. I don't know, nothing much more to say. A pretty amazing map from Schwan. Now, April had some surprises, honestly. April was an interesting month. Let's get started with the one that didn't make it in the top 3, but yet I wanna mention it. This map would be Zeet feat Xabadish feat Iron Place, low budget Nyctophobia. I gotta say, I'm not sure how this map arrived, though it's a map that, if you get used to it, it's pretty cool. It has some neat ideas, some are lacking a little and can be annoying at times, but I want to point out that it's a cool for the love of, and they did a pretty good job. I kind of followed the process of it being created, and it was kinda not the easiest, honestly. The map went back and forth, and I'm just glad that it came out in the end like it is now. And yeah, I just want to credit it. Pretty cool map, but not in the top 3 because the 3rd place was the big surprise, honestly. I think the biggest surprise of this entire month, because the OG, one of the very OGs of HDM, Simon, got back and dropped the 5th part of Deep Power Paradise. Now that was pretty heavy, honestly. Unfortunately though, it came with some issues. That being a phenomenon I try to counter by now, because it's just, I really see it happening too damn often. Though I think here it's still a deserved thing, because I feel like this map went underwhelming simply because Simon is Simon and not just an HDM guy that dropped the map. In my POV, it seemed that Deep Power Paradise V was kinda shit on for being not good enough, which I consider bullshit. Personally, I played it, I think about 4 or 5 times back and forth. I couldn't top it, honestly, I would have to train it more. But honestly, given the product itself, it's a pretty cool map, and it's definitely an improvement to the... Like, I don't want to bash Deep Power Paradise 4, but it's just not a Deep Power Paradise, honestly. I consider Deep Power Paradise 4 rather Deep Legacy, the Volume Elf. I said Elf. Jesus Christ, 11. Welcome to German. Anyway. Yeah, the map is honestly cool, and it kind of is nostalgic because Simon assembled his Deep Power Paradise maps in a new fashion. Like, the decoration is still the same, but little enhanced. The track follows it, small enhancements. It has still this oddity vibe that Simon maps bring along. I think it's probably that it just changed too less of his style, and some parts are just too meh for some players. I personally have no real problem with this map. It's just the only reason that's for me on the 3rd rank is that I consider the other 2 simply better. Which doesn't say that this map is bad. It only has one really annoying part with a certain wall ride. People who played it might know which wall ride I mean. It's that one where you jump up and then you have this really weird bounce. That's like, I think even 10 times would cry in his sleep seeing this bounce in the loop. I don't know how this wasn't part idea Simon went along with. Despite that though, I'm just glad the guy made another map. I'm not even a Simon fan, honestly, that much, but that map felt cool. And I liked it. Really good stuff. 3rd rank. Then we go, however, to the 2nd. And the 2nd is kinda interesting because when I saw it, I didn't expect to place it this high. Yet, though, I also played it several times, it's a cool map. Underrated maybe, I'm not sure how it was rated, and it's Chill Skills by Brian and Sandy. Now, why is Chill Skills such a map I consider to rather have another look on? Sandy is known for nothing special. Brian is known for... I don't know what's Brian known for, kinda everything, I guess. And what really sells this map is, again, not really Sandy. Decoration is fine, you know, it has some neat touches, but in the end it's just like a really old-fashioned type of decoration that just works because it's still well done. But what really sold this map for me alongside is just Brian's track in here. Brian made a cool track that combined some skill, but same time, well, the name practically states it. I don't have to like explain it, it's Chill Skills. You kind of feel like you play some skill parts, but yet it's just so calming because the map isn't actually hard. It's like, you know, when you played Bring the Madness back then, or Citra Skills, or Detrimental Death even by Snake, you know, those maps that look harder than they are. Just that this time, the map looks easy, feels easy, but at the same time, those parts kind of give you this gentle rush of adrenaline, but it's like so gentle, it still is a chill map. It's hard to explain honestly, but it's kind of what I feel here. And honestly, on spot, I don't know which map created this vibe for me. I guess it's kind of the stuff, maybe Infernus Control 1 or something, but it's also way too over the top again. It's like you play some OS map type of thing, but it's the M classic rather, it's 2030, 40 style. There's just so many nostalgic bound feelings I get from this map. And then yet, it has some very cool touches by Brian with the part where you, especially the Sand King bits, holy hell. The water dip into the looping, into the high drive up. I don't know, it's just those few little things and they combine so well along that this map is filled to the brim with a good feeling. So it's just so well harmonizing with all of that I just gotta give it a second place here for April. Really, really, really good job. One of maybe perhaps even my top 5 to 10 Brian maps. And for Sandy it's easily the best, I think. Apart from Project Helzen maybe. And then we'll go to the winner of April. Also both again Comité and Community. It's probably another outrageous map, and it's literally the title. It's literally named like that by Semi-Sun and Slimy. Now this map is cool for several things. First, little not nostalgic trivia, but you know, like trivia from the background. I actually did the first decoration bit, like the first 5 to 10 seconds have decoration involved from me because I was planning this map early on, or at least, I don't know if I was planned or it was just because I was in the server with Sammy, but I did that shit little. But yeah, it's all I did in this map. I just had a pretty good look how this map evolved over the years because it was long in the making with pauses and stuff. Now, where should I begin? I could now begin to say that it's actually insane that those two guys, you know, like Semi-Sun being somewhat known for his kinda unique, very unique rather, projects he already put, but also having Slimy here, who I know personally a lot, of course. Like, I probably know Slimy's maps best apart from Slimy himself, I guess. But it's just insane enough to have them in the Map of the Month competition and actually let them win. But not only they won, it's also completely deserved by the sheer amount of creativity and passion in this map. And it's so many, I can't really put it into words without going 10 minutes. So let's just quick dive in. The map has a very unique track setup, honestly. The parts are like HDM somewhat, but same time it's really an MDM map for me, honestly. That is just a little confusing. many cool ideas like the drift parts, like it's a lot of drift parts honestly, but also the backwards. And most of all, what I truly adore about this map is that every part has another vibe. You got decoration all over the place. It's like they had an idea, they just put it on the next part, they put it on the next part, they put it on the next part. This part we make buildings, this part we make night lights, this part we make a damn garage. A fucking garage. This part we add fucking Grove Street or something on the road. And we make damn wooden cars that look giant as hell. And on this part I put a damn arrow animation to show you where you have to get your car in. And on this part we make an airport. And here our hunter part is at the damn beach, at some random beach of the Badlands on the map. And you have 5 million hunter pickups to fly in there. And on that part before, like several parts before, we have a teleport and you like slide on level 10101010. Jesus Christ, this map is so over the top. Like I could go on till I got every damn part settled down here. We also have the fidget spinner part, we have the dolphins, we have... This map has almost everything. A spiral of neons. At this point, it should be clear why it's easily the rank 1 here, because it has so many creative ideas. I mean, sure, maybe some people would say it's way too chaotic, it's lacking some system, but no, that's literally what I sign up for when I witness the name Sammy-san on a map. That's what I'm signing in for. And you know what I think of when I sign in for a slimy map? I expect madness. I expect chaos. I expect a guy who is autistic enough to just put everything into fashion. He just does it, you know? Who the fuck cares if it's playable? Who the fuck cares if someone truly likes it in the way he does it? Just get this damn creativity out of this fucking brain and make it. And that's, I think, perfectly pictured in this map. It's probably, I expect I'm low-key biased here because I just know this guy. I've been good with Sammy for years. Me and Sammy, I'd say he's easily one of the closest friends I have in this game. And Slimy also joined this circle of my closest friends in MTA just like a year ago. And I just, when I see this map, I see them. And I'm honestly thrilled if whatever they will get out next, how this stuff will look in the end as a full product, because that thing here is super hard to beat. It's super hard to beat, and those guys are still kinda underdogs. Sammy is like, how the name says, he's semi-known by now, of course, but Slimy just went out there and he just delivered as hell. And I know damn well without him, this map would have taken way longer. So yeah, easily their best maps, both of their best maps. But Jesus Christ, I was amazed seeing this. I knew they cooked, but I didn't know it would taste this fucking amazing. Clearly a free win for them for this month. You couldn't beat them, honestly not. Super hard to beat. May was a month with also many good maps. We start with the one map I wanted to mention, which not made it in top 3. Which would be Brian's 17.2 volume and Alone Soul 2, but it's driven reversed. Simply put, I wouldn't take it in the top 3 because like it's a recreation map with not much tampering compared to the map we already know. But given that it's just possible to drive it backward is an insane idea, not only but an odd coincidence. I love to see that it's put in action. So yeah, just, I don't know, maybe some other maps are possible to work with, but someone would have to look into this. I just like the idea, honestly, and it's kinda cool executed, so why not mention this? It's pretty cool. I thought it's very cool. But still, let's go to the main dish. Rank 3. Maybe rather unexpected, I'm not sure. It's GT Taro, feat Adidas, feat Skyfi, feat Genji, the 4 Dragons. Of course, named after the 4 Dragons casino from San Andreas. And I like this map for several reasons. The first being that after GT Taro's retirement, it's pretty cool to see an actual Dark Inception reassemblance map, because like guy was in this, you know, and therefore it kind of has this vibe that I just got another Dark Inception, Serendipity style of map from the creator himself. Apart from that though, there's much more to cover up. First of all, I really like the decoration style choice. It's super cool. It's like the Chinese version of Dark Inception. We have still got the nightlight bits, we got the buildings a lot, but we got all those Chinatown stuff with those other less Venturas building stuff. And the somewhat shrine atmosphere alongside them. Honestly, an amazing song as well. I love to vibe with this map alongside the song. It has the great style then with the track, you know. It's just the same thing I have from Dark Inception stuff, maps. I got in a different fashion. And it's flawless. It's super cool. This map is probably underrated as hell. Because it's just very, very cool from the vibe. Actually, that's about all I can say, because it all puts down the main reason why it's here. Sadly, or rather luckily, or rather it's amazing that this is only the third rank, because it has kind of no flaws. Same time though, the first two ranks are easily higher up, because the incoming two ranks are god tier. Easily. And it's honestly also the maybe hardest vote of the month voting, which will put salt among the HDM lovers, honestly, because it's probably hard to grasp why this map didn't even win to begin with. It's the community's favorite. A spawn, Feature-Index, Dichotomy, or whatever the hell this word is. I googled it like 3 times already and I keep forgetting it every damn time after I googled it. Yet, Dichotomy of Control. Honestly, amazing map. One of the better Shondex maps, like honestly Shondex got pretty good in this year still. And it kind of breaks my heart like this that I just don't let him win. But yeah, we come to this later. For now we just talk about this map. It has also kind of the best Espawn decoration. I have a lot to criticize about Espawn usually, but like, okay, what a lot of the, wait, let me rephrase it. It's more like, usually, I always have this one critique about him that I just keep repeating every time I see a Espawn map. It's simply that Espawn's decoration, despite being amazing, of course Espawn decoration is amazing. There's nothing like, I can't say it's not amazing. You see Espawn, it's amazing. But just the thing that it's so repetitive if I see the 15th Espawn map. Like, Mismatch versus Vital Depth versus, I don't fucking know, Breath of Skill 2. It's all the same to me, decoration style wise. But honestly, Dichotomy somehow felt different when I played it. While it's still easily detectable that it's Espawn decoration, it kind of felt more vibrant, more differences in this map specifically. Though it's kind of hard to tell why it feels like this, because it's kind of still the same style, I don't know. Just to point that out, I feel like it's better. Yet, though, what are the issues? Like, okay, it's apparently like a better product from Shondex overall. It's kind of Espawn's peak still. Like, why is it the second rank? It has flaws, guys. It is kind of a horrible experience, actually, also. Maybe it's just the bias of being a skill-issued fuck, but let's be real. It still has this heavy, annoying scripts. Which aren't, I don't know, I keep getting told it's necessary for those maps to work, but is it really that heavily necessary to make me get script fucked because my part gameplay is slightly off? Is it this necessary? Can't you just map without them? Do you always have to like take me out if I just don't play your map 100% accurate? Is it really that necessary? Can you just like map around it? I don't know. It's just don't like getting the Kaizo treatment every damn time I try to play your maps, you know? Just, you know, I don't like it. It's annoying. And it's always a huge killer. It's also a huge killer for Superior. You probably saw the video. It was a killer also in Bitter End. I honestly like Bitter End more because it has less of those. But yeah, it's just the main argument that put the Dichotomy of Control behind the first place. But yet, only because the first place honestly is nothing but amazing to me. And this first place, like honestly, in every other month, about any other month, there probably not more than 2 months, Dichotomy would have lost it as well. But they took May. And May was also the month where Sanjay decided to just, I don't know, be randomly about best speed mapper there is. Like, sorry Zed, I guess, sorry Gurk, I guess. But holy shit, what the hell, Sanjay did cook a crazy ass track. And some really good decoration alongside it. Now, is this map more creative than Dichotomy? It isn't, and usually creativity is a huge part for me. So why is Sanjay the winner here? Sanjay is the winner because I can't remember having so much fun playing a map. Jesus Christ, Sanjay just took the very best song I've heard this year, honestly, and put it on this amazing track he crafted. This track feels so calming yet so amazing to play. So low-key skillful yet so relaxing. So vibing yet so... I don't know. There are just not enough adjectives to really share my emotion I had playing this map. Sanjay is already on my radar. Before that, he made a rooflight map. Of course the guy is on my radar, but Jesus Christ, Sanjay, I love you for this map, honestly. This map is amazing. I played it over and over. I had several 100 fails, which is kinda shitty, but it's more a skill issue. I would even say the map isn't flawless, honestly. It has like this one part where you just fall down a lot, kinda can slow you down. That one roof slide once knocked me away, which was rather weird. Apart from that, however, holy shit, that song. Like, you don't hear it, I listen to this song right now. I'm actually not really sure if Slimy puts them in. Probably, I'm not sure, sorry Slimy. But for real, this song is so amazing. How did you find it? Fucking hell. Like, Gurk is known for vibes, honestly, but Sanjay just beats him here. With a damn forest map. Usually I don't like forest maps, like that one map from Pirzi, Numinous Woods. I really don't like the vibe of this map, despite everyone saying me the vibe is amazing. And I just go to Sanjay Myrtle Forest, or however I pronounce that shit, and I go, what the fucking hell? I just love this. Jesus Christ. Like, sorry Shawnex, man, sorry Eastbourne, you guys went out there and put an amazing map, but I can't let you win against this. I just love this map, man. Sanjay, you're gonna have a hard time beating that, just like the Outrageous project. You're gonna have such a damn hard time to beat yourself after this. I wish you best luck to peak above it. Real talk. You set yourself a high bar here, at least in my word. Jesus Christ. Committee let it win. I was the main force for this. Because, if I remember correctly, it was rather a close race. Jesus Christ, Sanjay. You went crazy here. We got amazing maps in May, as you saw, but after this great month, we had a rather mid-month. Honestly, a month that mid that I honestly can run him down a little. Like, we just start with, I don't know, Akarui for example, you know, Yuri, easily the worst map, honestly, fucking trash map. Sorry Yuri, but actually fucking trash map. We just skipped the Karni map because I forgot about it. But then there are some maps I mentioned. Sorry Karni, by the way. We have Lacia 6 Hours, the map that literally just exists for being, yeah, the first map of the month after like half the month through. Pretty neat product, but yeah, just that. We've got Soaring Through the Sky by Aegis Seeker, which is honestly insane, and put Aegis Seeker on the map the first time, at least for me. I'm not sure if he had made something before. I think I saw his map previously. I'm not sure, honestly. But Soaring Through the Sky was astonishing. Just on 4th for me though, because I think it was too flawed still, and yeah, in the end not as insane as it could have been. but it put him on the map. But now we start with the actual top 3. Rank 3, Bad Trip, Feet, Sandy, Astra Castle. Now, Astra Castle, not much to say about it, honestly. Bad Trip overall, like, honestly, seeing Bad Trip and Sandy alongside is basically you see the guy who just makes pretty solid maps with the girl who decorates pretty solid. And together they created a pretty solid map, you know what I mean? It's like kinda no real flaws, but it's not really exceeding, you know? It's like Knockout 2, but Knockout 2 is still better, and that's all I can say about it, and that's pretty cool for what it is. Like, you can play this map on a regular room and have a good time. And that's all what it's about if you want this, and that's cool. And yeah, I like your map, good job, you did a great job, but it's just, I can't really say something about it because it's just not exceeding really at something. It's a map. One of the map of all times. I like the rooms. Like, sometimes there are some pretty cool rooms with pretty niche objects from time to time that Sandy put is pretty neat, but yeah, it's definitely one of the maps of all time we got this year, thanks for that. And we jump to the second place, which would be Diatron, Volume 4, Versus of God. Diatron, you made it! Rank 2! It's kinda lucky probably because it's a rather bad month, but Diatron, I'm happy for you, honestly, unironically. Diatron, I kinda waited for this. I put you on the second rank here, not only because the maps are rather mid this month, but same time because I can finally appreciate you in a ranking system. Hell yeah. A guy making simple vibes pretty cool. Night Style. Night Style is always cool. We like Night Style. A lot of people like Night Style. And here we have just a very fine execution of Night Style, of a chill map with Night Style, with neons, with bright colors, corona markers. There's not much more to say, fair enough, about it. But I put it above Astra Castle because it's super clean. Astra Castle kinda was less of my case than the style Versus of God went with. And since it's a subjective list and they really either, if it would be more objectively, it's kinda, they are rather close by, honestly. You could even consider them on the same level. But I just gave Diatron the lead here because it's just the Night Style thing just caught me a little more. And yeah, maybe it's a little biased because I really wanna give Diatron my boy, Diatron, my man, my guy. But yeah, apart from the fact that I couldn't play it the first time because of that one script marker that just didn't work for some reason. Thank you, TFF. Definitely a very, very cool map. Pretty calming, still nothing amazingly special, but still. Now let's get to the main course, and well, what remains in this month of rather simple style maps? Well, we have that one map that's absolutely not a normal map. That's just kinda exceeding these boundaries, and it's well, the first time I won a map of the month, I guess. Yay! Props to me. I won the almost worst month of this year. Yahoo! I won with Semi-Sound, Feed Carnicle, Feed Nemo, the Horror Lodge. A map, or Horror Log, I don't know how to pronounce this, Semi, I don't know where you got this word from, honestly. Anyway, this map started honestly in like 2017 or 18, I don't even remember. I think it was 18. This map is there for 5 years in process, and I kind of hate the committee for not saying it's good enough to put as the winner because I don't know, it feels apparently not good enough. Something broke in me that day, but it's okay. I was so happy to finally finish this, and it probably even shows that the map has spikes in it because like the first half of decoration was made super early in 2018-19 and about like the last minute is made in 2023. So I guess that shows a little. We have later on of this crazy clock tower topic with Dax's objects. it just feels more developed in the second half. Of course, I made some adjustments later on earlier parts, like the one with the moon and stuff that I snatched from the Waiting for the Rain map from Yami, because I felt it just suit. Yeah, it's a little over the place. Still, what can I say else about this map? I think it deserves a win, Comite, okay? It's unique as hell. We have the Karni map, yeah. Okay, cool. We have 2 clock maps, but it's a whole other execution. It's slightly speedy. Fair enough, the track is nothing special, but it's not supposed to. It's like simple speed track mapping, semi-speed track mapping. That just follows alongside a vibe again, a clock tower vibe with a lot of... I worked with neons a lot. It's a lot of yellow and brownish style. I think it just seems pretty neat. I don't want to praise my own map again this hard. I'm probably doing it because I'm pretty proud of what I did here, because it looks like, especially those last bits, I don't know, I kind of felt amazing doing them. I don't know, they just looked so unique. Anyway, yeah, you might hear it in my voice. I'm still heartbroken. Maybe we should just move on here at this point. I don't know. I'm a little sad that it went out like this. Anyway, it's the map of the month of June, both for the community at least, and for me personally as well. The Horror Lodge. One of the clock maps of all time, and probably the, after Karni now and ours, the only clock map of all time. Thanks for coming to my TED Talk. Let's go on with July. And after the tragedy of June, we get actually 3 pretty amazing maps in my top 3 for July. We start with the one that's easily not the winner compared to the other 2. Yet it's pretty insane, and I also teased it a little. It's actually the rank 3 of its month. It's a Schwan Feed KLS. Light of Mine, a map. I almost got invited in, but I just thought I don't have the time. And just didn't feel the track of Schwan. Because if I would decorate a Schwan map, it would probably rather be one of the style he usually gets with the crazy turns. This one is much more of a smooth speed map. That's like literally smooth. Despite not getting the Schwan product though, holy shit, the track is insane. It's pretty cool. Like, you can flow this down pretty well, and apart from that, the decoration is easily the best in the Schwan map. Like, KLS. I hope you will never KYS, because you are fucking good. You are insane. Holy shit. I didn't know you were that crazy. Actually, I saw other maps of you, they weren't that hard, insane, batshit crazy as this. KLS, please do more of this. KLS, please group up with Gurk. KLS, please, pretty please. Be, I don't know. I don't know what you're gonna be. Like, just be out there and make more maps. Holy shit, you're crazy. Yeah. This map is insane, and honestly, if it weren't like about the best maps we got this year on the first 2 ranks, it's probably easily a map of the month winner even. You should have gone for the month before. You probably would have wiped our asses with this. Anyway. Jesus Christ. It's a good map. I'm kind of on a simp spiral going down here though, because let's just jump to the next, and that's truly very tasty service. Tasty fan service for OGs. Because freaking draped map in 2023, thanks to Brian continuing it. Terra Incognita, what the freaking hell? It's just there. Like, not in the way of it's just there and it exists, but it's just there, and it's fucking crazy that it's there. How the hell? Like, I thought Simon's Volume 13 is the amazing comeback here of this year. Then we get draped. What the hell? And I truly like it. It kind of has this After Earth's Legacy type of vibe in some bits early on. dropping to, like, I don't know. It's hard to tell because, like, the map is pretty unique. Usually, honestly, I speak from the perspective of a guy who was around in early times. Like 2011, rather 2012 was my beginnings. I know who draped this. I played old maps, but at the same time I'm not bound to them. Like, I'm not a really OG fanatic. I'm not really nostalgic with, like, 90% of the guys back then I'm not nostalgic with. Draped is definitely a guy I'm not nostalgic with. After Earth's Legacy as a map, kinda, yeah. But honestly, this map feels kind of modern as well. It's probably, I don't know if it's just Brian's magic, because I also told the guy personally, like, Brian is the guy who makes me like OG style maps. He's the reason I even like Impel Down. He's the reason I even like Lost in Dreams. I wouldn't care about that maps a bit otherwise if it wasn't for Brian being involved in them. And Terra Incognita is just another map of this. Like, I don't know. It's not a part 2 this time or something, but it's like, Draped is now on my map again. The guy existed. The guy is happy that Brian actually finished his shit here, and it's some fucking good shit. It's finally some good fucking OG food again. Jesus Christ. Crazy good style, with decoration, with track. The song, a little too OG for my... It's like not the OG sector I like that much from the old MTA. Which means it's cherry picking and the song is still good, by the way. So, pretty much a 10 out of 10 map, I can't really complain. So how the hell it doesn't win? You know the scene of Yu-Gi-Oh! You know that meme with Seto Kaiba, like, trying to put Yugi in a corner with his card, and then Yugi just places this one card that just messes with him, that just... It's the kind of the Joker card we are pulling here. What can possibly beat an OG 10 out of 10 map? Well, the name you drop and get a 100% accuracy that he will win the map of the month. Welcome to the POV of fucking Scourge. Scourge just can't lose. You put Scourge into something, like Scourge drops a map, you can't beat him. You can't beat Scourge. You try to beat Scourge, you're delusional. You're freaking delusional. You won't beat Scourge at anything. If Scourge drops on the damn mapping Discord, you're fucked. You're freaking fucked. You just don't beat Scourge. You don't do this shit, okay? Crazy alien space. Scourge put some friends inside. He got Luca Cults, he got Zebra, he got Zebra, guys. Another guy you just don't mess with that easily. Yeah. And now we gotta debunk it. Because it's my winner. It's the winner of committee, it's the winner of every vote there. It's a Scourge map, you don't beat Scourge. But however, you know what? Some stuff to it later on, when we get to the final vote, but let's just debunk the map first. We have a kinda letdown? At least that's the argument for many people. For me personally, is it a letdown? Yesn't. Now, Scourge, name drop. I talk a lot about Scourge and I hate it. Disclaimer, we have other members in here, okay? The other members are insane as well, by the way. Especially, can we appreciate Lukakus and Sanjay? Especially them, because I feel like they're going under a little compared to Scourge and Zebra. Thanks anyway though. I just refer to Scourge though, because it's the first name and it's kind of the style he is going with. The map has super cool features in it, but yet it's probably worse compared to Synagogue Souls 2 and Falling Feathers, because those maps are literally a decade crazy motherfucker maps. Okay? It's still an insane map though! It has a crazy fucking skybox. Holy shit, it's so an immersive skybox that I got a headache playing it first time. Then, what do we got else? We got amazing decorations. We got a style, I don't know if you consider it Galaxy style, it's probably the best Galaxy execution after Space Groove. And probably, I would say it's better than Space Groove, but it's a hard claim, I'm not sure. And probably Seed will probably beat my ass up if I just really lock it in, like, permanently, is my opinion. Despite that, though, we have so many cool space elements. We have the smooth flying into wall ride shit. We have magnets. I don't know, Slimy, that, like, just include the fucking Jesse Pinkman yelling magnets. Fuck yeah, magnets, amazing shit. I love Zebra for that. Also in Viewpoint, his other Volume 3 map type of shit. Holy shit, we need more maps with fucking magnet parts. Insane shit. And all of that. The invisible bits as well. The fucking thunderstorm area. What the hell is this even? So many elements here. Fix everything I had a problem with of space decoration. Because it's full. Oh my god, you made a full space and it's still a fucking space decoration. Thank you. Amazing. Best map. Crazy good map. I am not gonna shit talk this map like a letdown or something. For real, I won't do this because the map is just flawless as hell and super amazing and I love it. And oh my god. Like, Scotch, can you just, I don't know, can you just sign me an autograph or something? Or can you just, like, I don't know, send me a shirt or like your bathwater? I would sim for you immediately. And also for the other three, you did a good fucking job here. Jesus Christ, good map. Very good map. There's nothing much more to say, really. I will leave the rest of the discussion to the end conclusion, because that's the Map of the Month winner, and therefore will be nominated for Map of the Year. Jesus Christ. Amazing map. Okay, now let's get to the month I will definitely get hated for. Okay, now for real. It's probably my worst opinion I have. Like, being transparent for this, like, being self-aware. But let me cook first, okay, and then you can bullshit on me. What kind of maps do we have here? Actually, a lot of cool maps. We have the Peak of Ping with his Volume 10 Heaven Over Hell. Cool map stuff. Not in the top 3. We have Wishless Fall starting pretty well, then Underdecorated, not. Action Savannah, which would be a cool map if he fucking learned track mapping. Holy shit, why is the track so shit? That's unfortunate. We have the Grinder by Brian, and Most Normal Daily Commute. Brian really cooked amazing shit in this year, but still, those maps aren't in the top 3. Yoasobi, Weep map, I like anime, not in the top 3. ABC of Rooflight, fucking hell, such a long ass map, eh? Jesus Christ, it's not in the top 3. Beating Up, Zine is back, but not in the top 3. Now you start to wonder, who the hell is in the top 3? Well, I will get shit on now so fucking hard, but the first map we got is the actually both community and committee winner, Battlefield Zebra Dockside 2. So how do I put this? Let's say it's basically what you expect. Zebra being amazing with like industrial. I don't know how would you call Zebra style. Like Zebra's pretty good with industrial stuff, honestly. I'd say like this. And Faku is pretty good at room decoration in his own fashion. Like it's pretty hard to pin down to specifics, but it do be like that. It shows in this map. The map is very flawless, honestly. The style is very well enhanced to the first Dockside. The style is very good in every aspect, honestly. We have unique type of track in terms of visuals. Black sky as floor, like the black sky building, the green glassed one with the black outlines. All those stairs at the side with the doors that symbolize like this really dark. You have really dark atmosphere on this Dockside. It's you can't get more Dockside than this Dockside, pretty much. The track itself, rather simple, has kind of cool inputs though. Like it's more than the average WFF type of simple put track. The song vibes pretty well. It's all pretty much flowing together. Just like in every product I know from Zebra, And just like I expect from Faku's non-HDM map like Violet Hexagon, it's pretty flowing well together. And there's nothing much to add to this. We have cool, the graffitis by the way, also pretty cool, yeah. Super cool map. So why is it on top 3 only here? Why is it not rank 1 like every other being on this planet that plays NTA would just say? Well, I'm a simp. I'm a simp for this newcomer named Angel Seeker. I'm a fucking simp. I fucking drool for this guy. I fucking love this guy. Like, that he just had half a year. And I'm fucking amazed by him. Angel Seeker didn't make it in the top 3 yet. Soaring of the Sky was the 4th place. Now Eto is a short as hell map. Longer than Soaring of the Sky, Soaring through the Sky. But it's still not a long map. So why is Eto, or however you want to name it, above that neat product of Faku and Zebra? Well, holy shit. Angel Seeker wipes you all of you, every single one of you with his decoration. He put decoration. I honestly gotta say, I have some top decorators in my mind that are still on here. Like, there are 3 decorators I think I would put in the top 3 of decorators in general, like... No, actually 2. Scoot and Espawn. Some other crazy maniacs like Pirzi, and there is also Gurk, and there's also like... I mean, you could count Scourge. I don't know if you would consider Scourge an active guy, like low-key. But not gonna lie, Angel Seeker put 1 fucking map. And that's enough to make me say that Scoot and Espawn have to watch out. Not gonna lie, Scoot was easily my favorite decorator. And now there is this damn Angel Seeker guy wiping. And now I'm not too sure anymore if it's Scoot or Angel Seeker. He made crazy decoration. But now the plot twist. Angel Seeker not only makes great decoration, he uses fascinating songs, honestly, that make me feel like, I don't know, some Nier Automata type of thing. I don't know if I can compare it to any other map. Like, I thought about Seamless, honestly, because it just kind of has this Uta vibe without the crazy metal bits, you know? It's just so majestic and everything. But then, the even best part, I think, is that he also makes creative drag. Like, okay, he makes a lot of drift parts, fair enough, but it's still kinda an MDM, you know, you gotta be skilled for it. You're not bored at all. And alongside those crazy visuals, you just have this vibe of holy damn, I feel like I'm playing in a damn sacred temple. Oh my fucking hell. I'm kind of worried that Angel Seeker is just not motivated enough to put out the long-term maps, which also is kind of showing in another map we'll get to later. But Angel Seeker, little love letter to you, maybe later the continuation, but you need to get out there and make an entire product with the full deco potential, the full track potential, and your favorite song maybe even. I don't know if it's just the type of song you just listen to in general, but not gonna lie, if you go to that 100% of yours, I think you're gonna wipe Scourge from his throne. Unironically. Unironically, I gotta think that Scourge would have to put effort to beat you at this point. Usually Scourge is like, you know, I use my small finger and I just wipe you all, but not gonna lie, Angel Seeker at full potential, he might do it. He might probably could do it. That guy showed me so much potential with his stuff this year that I think unironically that guy is amazing. And that's why Ito is just, it's like so cool. So fucking unique and cool. He just put that out there like it's nothing. Bro, I didn't know you half a year ago. What's on? But still, he's 2nd place. And now comes the true reason why you're gonna dislike me. One guy though will love me for this. I think he will never expect that I put him even in the list here. Yet, I'm the only guy who probably considers him the winner. And the reasons are fairly Yeah, not even biased, it's the irony of it. But I voted for him also in the committee as the winner of this month. And it's Nagafo with Unstable Backwards. Yep, now the dislikes are coming. But let me explain. I don't like backward maps. I don't like playing backward maps. I played this backward map. I didn't have the really best time with it. So it's not like I'm subjectively voting him for a bias. It's more like I vote him as the winner back then in August, and also now still not changing my choice. For a very, very specific reason. Nagafo is a mapper who isn't the best at track mapping, who isn't the best at decoration, who isn't the best at the vibe creation. He uses funk songs that are just funky, you know, they funk the funk out of you. What does he have what others don't though? An incredible feat you have to accomplish. That's like one of the highest goods we have as a community. He managed to be a pioneer. Now, if you don't know what a pioneer means, pioneers are the type of guys who start movements, who are the first of their craft, who are the first exceeding things. For example, Pablo with his schizophrenia map established kind of this more SF approach of parts. Unmatched player Naval Nakezi managed to create a new era of HDM as well. Guys like Endershell or A Body Rules back then HDM. Gurk with the EDD. Those are pioneers. And that's the same thing I see in Nagafo. And Unstable Backwards in particular for the backward era. We got an entire backward room because so many mappers made backward maps in this period of time. An entire fucking room. That's only for them because the backward maps took over so hard. And for me personally, Nagafo is the sign for this. The only mappers who I think kind of made an early approach of movement are Akeno, Naval Chris with the, let me get the name for it, Ultimate Backwards or something too. I don't know the name anymore, but Nagafo is really the sign for this era we got this year. And maybe, I don't know, you could say his decoration is lazy because it's kind of MSU put. I mean, fair, but it's kind of not about the decoration on background maps, so it's okay. I can look over it. His tracks, however, are fucking nuts. I don't have to like them to admire the craft of them. And I really hope that you guys who are biased about I dislike backward maps and that's why I shit on him. Bro, Nagafo is fucking nuts, okay? In this sector, he dominates. He dominated the sector, straight up. And that's why he's rank 1. Because he's a pioneer. I consider him a pioneer, and there isn't much more you can achieve than being a pioneer to be a higher up, okay? Yeah, that's my justification on why I put a backward map with mid decoration on rank 1. Against Libra and this newcomer maniac Aegis Seeker. Thanks for hearing me out at least. You may now hate on me. And we move on. On September, we got oh my god. I just noticed something, guys. I'm not quite prepared to get my head out of the sling, you know, because the third rank of September is Unstable Backward 2. I didn't realize this till just now that I just go from Unstable Backwards to Unstable Backwards 2 in one go. I don't know, I just can kinda, yeah, like, just leave it be, you know? Let's talk about it anyway. Now, Unstable Backwards 2 is better than the first part, honestly. I feel it enhanced the movement pretty well, like the method of backward mapping again. The reason why it's the third dose, of course, like Unstable was a banger, like, oh damn, we got a. I don't know the word, so I just made some sounds. Anyway, that works once, of course, but after a boom, the next boom is just not as boom! Because now, at this point, we've got several crazy maps. And it's just an enhancement of the first Unstable Backwards. Though not as crazy enhancement like, for example, previous entries, like Outrageous compared to probably another Outrageous. Huge jump. Terra Incognita compared to the older Drape maps. Which is just like, wow, oh my god, we got this, oh my god.
Oh my god!
Or like Sanjay previous maps to his Volume 2. Or like, I don't know what kind of 2-second parts we still had. Like Knockout 1, Knockout 2. Okay, that's not really a good example. I'm just looking at the map down. We don't have really crazy secrets these months, honestly. So yeah. But you kind of get my point, I think. The jump between 1 and 2 is just not as high. Else though, pretty cool map. I like the song here also much more. But it also was more of a hell to play it as a rookie of Backward. Let's jump to the higher ups here. I gotta say to that though, of course we don't have much good maps here. We have another 6 map roster. So I don't wanna toss it down, of course, to the ones who made it. Because the second place is honestly, in my humble opinion, a peak of this map. We are speaking of Karni's 20th volume. I hate you to some degree, Karni. Like, I don't know why. I like the guy, but somehow I kind of shit on him on this format, you know. I don't know why, but maybe it's because I'm his friend. I'm just harsh with him because I feel like it's just some one touch he's missing somewhere that just prevents him from being amazing. But Momentum, no wait, Enterprising Momentum is his best map, kinda. I hate him for the song choice because like the song the SB took is so much better than the record. I don't know, I just love the song, I just pump it on Spotify all the time, it's such a good vibe. Anyway, let's talk about Karni himself as the mapper who made this map. Karni has this always dynamic style with loops, roller coaster feeling all over the place. Most of the time though, at some point he messes it up in his maps. In Enterprising Momentum though, he keeps an entertaining momentum as flow. The decoration is honestly his best by far, kinda. I felt at some points, unironically, like I'm playing an Eastbourne map. Unironically, I felt like playing an Eastbourne map. I'm not capping. I mean, of course, at some points I also noticed I'm not playing an Eastbourne map, but I consider the decoration on a very high level. That's what I'm trying to say with this. The decoration is really, really colorful, very cool, amazing stuff. I witnessed. Jesus Christ, cool shit. Apart from that, it was like the smoothest track I had for him in a long time. Personally, I'm an OG Karni fan. Like, I like the modern physics parts, like 1 and 2. The older maps, volume 5, 6, and that spectrum of maps I'm moving with Karni maps. But volume 20 is that one modern map. Jesus Christ, was it cool. It was so cool to play. No win for you still, but very good map. So who can beat you? Well, the guy beating you is an OG himself again. Oh boy, you had such a rush this year, didn't ya? And once again, you made me love a map that's just like, I didn't even know the first part of. Like, it's not even the Lost in Dreams case anymore. It's just like, what the fuck is the first map? It's Kutya. Who the hell is this? By the way, I don't know him. Pete Andro. No joke, I know Andro, of course. And Pete Bryan. 600 years too. What an odd title, honestly. But yeah, it's no G-Map Part 2, again enhancing a lot of the first part. Unlike Unstable Backwards, which was with a low enhancement, this is a high enhancement, given also that's just a lot of years. What do we got here? Objectively, it's insane, honestly. I'd say personally, because it's just so many good things. Again, no, I think this one was voted by the committee, wasn't it? I'm actually not really... No, the committee didn't vote this month, I think. Which is unfortunate because the map is pretty cool, and it's just like kinda putting down what actually was made here. A lot of cool parts. a lot of cool decorations that assemble this old style that, yeah, mappers like Anjo used back then. It has the brine type of track here and there, combining it. Just cool things all over the place, but just like nothing spicy enough to like really stand out, of course. But the map doesn't need it. It's an OG type of map. Honestly, the song is a little bit crappy, but it's kind of supposed to be crappy because it's just the style of this map song type of thing. Like, I don't know, it's just so electric, techno, weird. I don't know. I honestly don't know how to put this map. Like, at the same time, I understand that it's like not the craziest bit of all, but it's a good one. And honestly, listening to the song right now is really putting my mind at some chaotic state right now. Like I'm totally losing it. it's like I'm losing brain cells listening to this song, honestly. So I'm just turning it off right now. I feel like it puts me entirely out of concept of what I'm trying to say. So good job on sabotaging your own map for this. Nah, but unironically, it's just cool. Like we got another reassembling of old style. It can compete with Terra Incognita, which is fair though, because like I got Trey back on the map. What the hell? But yeah, I definitely want to point out that it's the deserved winner of the month. It's being amazing for what it is. And that's pretty much till September. Alright, October. The first month I started a series. Yay! So we are going we're going through those maps in a shorter manner because like you can watch the videos if you want the detailed opinion. We'll just go through the big three to my personal top three. First being Aftershock by Nicotine, the map that went second place, in theory first place of the map of the year vote we got. It would have been deserved, but yeah, low-key cheated it and was disqualified. I don't know why, like, not gonna lie, Nico, it left such a sour taste in my mouth that you did this, honestly. Like, at least it happened. I'm not sure if it really happened, but I guess it did. That he just begged for votes like this. Like, I don't know. Nico, you're definitely good enough at mapping to not refer to those strategies, honestly. Like, real talk. Please be more confident in your skills. I put you on 3 here, despite all of it. But really, you don't have to work your way around like that. You can straight up go ahead and just admit, like show off that you are simply easily one of the top 3 we have right now in HDM mapping. Apart from that, yeah, it's a good map. The decoration is rather lower compared to like when you get Respawners good in, obviously, but that's fine. The flow, honestly, Nicotine is the smoothest mapper in HDM we got, I think. He makes the track style of speed the smoothest in this sector. Kind of maybe even the overall rank 2 of speed smooth mapping. Maybe 3. You can put Gurk and Gurk on 2 or 3rd. I don't know. Z definitely wins in my eyes with the smoothness contest. But yeah, good map. Second rank, I mean, being Darkness Volume 9 Overgrown Estates. A map that low-key gave me the Tampon Volume 3 vibe, which I love, because I love Tampon Volume 3. Else, minor flaws like the visual clarity, which is kind of a bigger issue given the random DM map, and also some really, really odd parts here and there. Apart from that, it's a perfect finisher for Darkness, coming out of nowhere, back again, and claiming a spot here again. A super cool map. Yeah, Overgrown Estates is the map I adore. Really cool. Now, those were the winners of Committee and Community. I didn't let win either of them. Who is my winner? My winner is Angel Seeker Sky Rising. Not only did I vote for Sky Rising as the map of the month October, I also used my wildcard, my extra map I get in the committee, for Sky Rising. It was, I think, already leaked anyway by Lacia, who put them in. Because Eto was also a map that got wildcarded, I think by Russo. I'm not really sure 100%. I think it was Russo. Yeah, and I got Sky Rising in. Why did I get Sky Rising in? Not gonna lie, Sky Rising was one of the maps I played the most after I voted. Because this map just has... It has some magic to me. Maybe I also evolved an eventual bias after hearing people like Zerka say that it has no decoration, but Jesus Christ, it has decoration. Not only does it have decoration, it has also artistic as fuck decoration. I get that it's rather empty looking, but I'm honestly amazed by the type of style it has. It's like Eye Dazzler, but in my opinion, an improved Eye Dazzler, like a differently executed improved Eye Dazzler, because it's just really mind-numbing to play this. And it makes you feel good. At least I'm feeling good playing Sky Rising. It makes me happy, it fills me with joy. It's still challenging, I didn't pass it yet, because it's also freaking tough. And fairly, not entirely optimized, but also this is one of those maps I mainly decided to make this map more subjectively, because then I don't have to be like, oh, I can't vote it like here, like this, because Overgrown Estates has so many more effortful decorations, and but Aftershock is such a overall well done product. Like here I can luckily say I don't give a fuck. I fucking love this map. I love playing it. I could play it all day long. It's so fun to play, Jesus Christ. You see, that's like one of the main reasons I do it like this. Nice. I like Sky Rising. It's by far now the best track HSC got. And I hope that, despite I like this style of decoration as well, he combines this with his like temple style. I don't know if HSC has a name for his style, like usually we just have style names. I don't know. You can't just... It's not a... No, let's name it Aegis Shrine or something. Like the shrine type decoration. I don't know, what would be... Can you give HSC a suggestion on how to name his style if, in case he doesn't have a name already? Kinda need to establish it because it's pretty unique. At least I would like to. I need a name for HSC's mapping style of Eto. Anyway, it's my winner. Sky Rising. I love Sky Rising. Good map. Which brings us to November. Yeah, my third rank here. Been superior? I don't know, honestly, like... Given that I apparently heard later on that I played the parts wrong despite having the literal video ahead of me, and like... I don't fucking know. I guess it's the HDMI that sees more wrongdoing than the... I'm not an HDMI, like, I don't know. Maybe... Was I too harsh to superior? Honestly... Maybe I give it a rank 2 instead of Sleepless by Syntro, simply because the deco is that insane, but in the end it doesn't matter, like, nothing will change. Project Vortex will remain my first rank. And I hope Slimy won't have a tough time putting those maps together now. For the record, I mean. Sorry. But anyway, the thing is, with Superior, I just still, despite maybe having played it wrong, sorry, I can't let it win. By God's sake. Because it's even more reason to say it's just odd with that regard, okay? Maybe one day I will figure a way out to make a fair treatment of HDM versus DM, because honestly it's rather hard. I hope you understand. It's like for anyone who feels like I'm misjudging maps like from Shawnex, Nicotine, or here Pirzi. I'm apologizing. It's just very, very hard to be in those shoes, to just like not be biased about anything. And honestly, especially Pirzi, because I think I thought enough that I don't like previous Pirzi entries usually. Yeah, it's just hard to judge it, what's better, what's worse, and I just can say that Pirzi's and or Scoot's track. With or without him, I actually still don't know if Scoot did some track here or not, because he kinda can track mapping. It just didn't feel so good to play. And if it doesn't feel good to play, like, you know, I try to be objectively, but I don't know, maybe I will, for next HDM entries of this format, maybe I get some HDMer in my rows and just discuss with him stuff. Doesn't sound fair. I don't know, I just kind of felt like spontaneously using this bit to like communicate with you guys, especially in the HDM sector, because maybe I do, after like I had those few talks, maybe I did misjudge them from time to time here and there with their maps, and I need to get a better picture for the incoming ones so it doesn't happen again. Just tell me what you think in the comments or DM me on Discord. Like, most of you guys should have my Discord, whatever. Let's move on. December. Now, December was kind of the craziest month, honestly, because it has a lot of crazy good maps. Yeah, I already had my tough time here, but we're gonna change some road here, because here we are in the biased arc. I can be subjective and I'm using it, and that looks like Zeed Volume 12 remains the third rank. I kind of want to put Bitter End beside it though, because like it's hard, okay? It's not impacting anything here. Like previously it was my commenter vote. Here it doesn't impact something, so can we just say that Bitter End and Lushland is beside each other? Yeah, we can. Thank you. Have a nice day. Not yet, because now my swap is that Blossom's Bloom is behind Rosalie. Rosalie's my one. Yeah, I love Russo, okay, yeah. Jesus Christ, I would go on a date with Russo. Like I would definitely meet up and I don't know, get some cookie and milk. Pretty neat. Yummy. Anyway, and Gurk, despite having this crazy good vibey map, Russo is hard to beat, okay? Don't be mad at me. It's just Russo. And now he created two guys in this map who can map like him in a manner that is not like pointing out what Russo did and didn't do in this map. Yeah, you had no chance in my subjective manner, Gurk. I'm sorry. Your map is still insane and a 10 out of 10. Thank you. Okay. Let's move on with the main course. Alright guys, here we are. 12 slots. This will be the top 12 list for me. But like, you know, again, the dichotomy of control could be better than the 12th rank here and all. But just for the clarity again, those 12 places will all be the map of the months. Second places are out. Out finito, that's just a battle from the very best of the very months they're in. Just so you know, that's not the overall top 12 maps of this year, but given the vote system, they are. Because in the end, the winner will always be the winner like that, and GG's. Okay, so clarity done. They are white out now. We'll go from below to the very top. Let's begin with the worst best map of the month, which is an odd title. This map is 600 years too. Yeah, reasons for that. Simple. We have a very high bar here, and 600 years too simply lacks the amazing stuff. You know, it's great for the sequel. It's super cool overall, but yeah, there's just nothing special really about it. It's just enhancements that are pretty neat, but like in the overall picture versus all those maps, it's just rather tough battle for this map, and it's just something it can't really perform that well, which is cherry picking level of argumentation, because in the end it's still a pretty great map, such as all of those are. So yeah, no need to be sad for taking the last place here, because in the end the map made it in, which is great enough. Going on with the 11th, it's Knockout 2. Yeah, Knockout 2 has kind of similar reasons. Just that the sequel enhancement is not that great. It's better, definitely. Apart from that, we have a great song vibe and all. It's a cool map. It has flaws in terms of being an MDM map because it lacks visual clarity in quite a few places. It's super repetitive as well, though the stuff being repetitive is still good stuff. Yeah, track sometimes has issues, but rather rarely, so that's okay. Apart this, it's a pretty cool map. Also, since I like longer maps, it's just really still fun to play from time to time. If I just would be able to memorize all the parts. Like, if I could play this without like having to look up or be afraid every damn part, like, or at least every fifth part about, this map would be way more cool to me. But yeah, in this list, it takes the 11th place. 10th. The top 10 start with Unstable Backwards. Yeah, Nagafo isn't even the last tier, because simply, yeah, he's Pioneer and all, but now given the ranking here, Unstable Backwards, as the map it is, has a way rougher time to compete than in its month. And therefore, it only makes it barely in the top 10, but makes it in the top 10, which is probably way higher than anyone would expect Nagafo. So, yeah, I think actually in the committee list, I'm not even sure if he was in the top 10 there. So yeah, that's probably a pretty cool step for Nagafo. But let's continue. Rank number 9. Yeah, maybe lower than some others would have expected, Project Vortex. From what I've witnessed, it's a mixed feeling. Like, OGs prefer it a lot, while others like, come on, it's just a copy-paste. Honestly, while he copies parts to some degree, it's first things first, not really copy-pasted. Like, he mapped it all himself at first. Second, its intention is to be in reassemblance, so the work of it is already pretty cool. Also the transition, of course, also the still existing enhancements. And yeah, you just gotta credit him for that the map is still insane. So yeah, not really feeling the arguments against this map. Still though, it's not as high for me because the others are simply better. It's kind of the main argument here. That's the maps are usually better above there. So yeah. Rank 8. The 8th map is Blue Lagoon. Blue Lagoon, the map that didn't even really make that far, that I replaced with the initial winner Moonfall, which I absolutely despise in a lot of ways. Yeah, Blue Lagoon exceeds because it's just so much more creative than the others. Like, it's still not the craziest feat, like it's more like a limitation uniqueness than a super creative one. Still, it was done in creative ways, playing alongside the water stuff, you know, Dark Bright and stuff. So it deserves a higher place in my opinion. And rank 8 just suits this map, honestly. I feel like it's super clean here. Like, it's not the craziest of the craziest, yet super cool made. And therefore we go to rank 7. Which is Schwan Volume 7 Metaphors. Again, I didn't vote it at first and I did it dirty, honestly, committee-wise, but now, yeah, it's an amazing track, honestly, that feels super cool. With a decoration I personally don't like, but it's still a decoration that's not too bad. And yeah, it's just a very fun to play experience overall, which is why it's above all the others here. Simply for the fun of it, and fun is a very important thing, of course, if you create a track that people should play. Now the fun fact here is, now how the list is, that for me this list is like a split. Like, for me, those places here were easily the tier 2 places of this list. And the incoming 6 are the higher ups. So at this point the list for me was pretty easy, but now the incoming 6 maps, I spent literal hours to decide on how to rank them. Just so you know, like this was decided easily. But here it gets very hard for me. I settled down for those ranks now. I'm pretty sure they will stay consistent. Yet, I can assure you, most of them are very close. So, yeah, let's start with the worst of the tier 1s. Which is kind of a pessimistic opener, honestly. But it's also myself, so that's fine. Yeah, I consider the project that me and Samson went for 5 years with a lot of breaks as the 6th place, simply because it's one of the most unique projects we had this year, honestly. Like, as I said, we have like only 2 clock maps, and a fun fact I didn't mention is that Karni's Volume 4, like the other clock tower based map, only exists because he saw our early build and felt like inspiration to make his own, and his own just finished first. So it's kind of ironic, I guess. But yeah, as part of that is just for the concept alone. I think the execution, despite having maybe flaws for like it's boring track wise or something, is still a pretty cool one. So yeah, I think it's just fine there on the 6th place. And then we head on to the 5th place, top 5. Starting with Rosalie. Maybe unexpected, given that I openly sim for Russo and consider Russo overall about my favorite mapper of all time, kind of. Like he's really in the big 3, like with GT Terror and Scourge. It's super. At least I would consider them, like maybe I would consider it different if I maybe forgot a name, but like Scourge, Russo, and GT Terror pretty much the best we have for me personally. Yeah, here the factor that made me decide like that is not really the fact that Rosalie is just not the best Russo map. Like it's probably ranking the 4th best Russo map in my head, behind Bleed, Teardrop, and Parallax. Wait, I said Teardrop. I said Teardrop, no? It's probably even 5th because actually, you know what, forget about it. I just realized there's so many good Russo maps that it's probably not even top 5. I don't want to shit talk it though, help me. It's a super good map. It's a super good map. It's just that, I don't know, maybe it's because I'm just too used to the Russo style already, so it just misses the wow effect. Like my biggest wow effect in this map in particular is that Grimkey is in it to begin with, and Grimkey did a great freaking job, so that's the wow effect of this mainly. The map itself though is just another cool build, and I'm glad I got another Russo project, you know? That's like the purpose of this map, so it really fulfills my needs as the Karni I am, but it doesn't fulfill the map of the year stuff too well, which makes it a lower tier 1. So yeah, 5th place for Russo, and I think actually the Gurk map wouldn't be any higher up. Like it would probably be the exact same spot here right now. So now let's get to my bias as fuck first. 4th place, Sky Rising. I'ma be honest, there were times in this list I considered Sky Rising the peak, unironically, because I just have so much fun with it despite its tiny flaws. Honestly, they're sometimes not as tiny as I wish to, but eventually I woke up out of my bias and admitted that, yeah, I really probably like it the most out of all those maps, but it would just feel off to put it on one. So yeah, HSC, it would be cool if you could revoke that hypnotizing that I just love your maps, I guess. It would be really good now to de-hypnotize me anyway. Sky Rising is, I will keep this opinion, is the best HDM track we got this year. I gotta say this. It's the best HGM track because it's like the most creative one. Else though, like of course the decoration, despite being cool, like isn't the greatest we got this year. The overall vibe is still pretty cool. Like I personally just love it. But yeah, it just felt wrong to place it higher than this. I had to put it at least here, and I'm just happy it's fourth. It's fine. It's a solid place. But now, let's move on with the big three. Who deserves the third rank? You know what, before I click on this button, maybe you should check out my sponsor, WolfX Slimy, a super great editor, super great guy. Please just give him a follow on his channel. The guy is super passionate, and without him, those videos wouldn't be possible. I'm straight up honest. We couldn't do this shit. I couldn't do this shit by myself. So please go now to WolfX Slimy and please watch the videos. He makes super cool stuff. He likes to keep improving with every recording he makes. He's just... The guy needs some more attention for all of this. Super great guy. Okay. Now that we had the ad block, not block, we say it in German for ad, you know, ad during the procedure. So now we'll go to the third place, and ironically, nah, it's not Slimy, I'm just kidding. It's the Sanjay Myrtle Forest. Yeah, the guy I consider who made the best speed track this year. I'm really sorry, Zeet. I gotta say this every time I gotta talk about speed maps and not let him win, like, you know. But at the same time, I think he kinda gets it because I'm pretty sure Zeet has the same emotions as me if it's about Sanjay Volume 2. Like, this map is so... How did he find this song? How did he do this? And how did he maintain such a great style alongside all of it? Yeah, as I said already while discussing his map, he made such a great flow in this. And he set his bar so high up that whatever he does next, it will be super hard to pass Myrtle Forest. It will be super hard, but I wish him the best luck if he does it. If he's still on maps. I think he's still on maps, I'm not sure. I think he's an overall rather busy guy. But if he does, I wish you truly the best luck, Sanjay, because that's gonna be hard. A well-deserved rank 3 here, well-deserved. So now we've got 2 maps left. I can kind of rebuild them same time though, I guess, but at the same time I just don't wanna do. If you don't know it, it's an underdog versus you can't beat them situation. And I love to let underdogs win. I love to let underdogs take the glory, to stomp down the throne inhabitors, you know, like the new kings of their game. The typical David Goliath type of shit. And that's why I'm really feeling a little down now, because I couldn't do it this time. Like, they made it so far. They made it so fucking far. Like, Jesus Christ. I feel like last year you wouldn't even have Slimy on the map, you know. And now 2023, I released some maps with him. They were pretty... They existed, like, okay, here's the cool stuff, here's cool stuff. Before he was rather only known for the after skill, for the love, nah, you know. And like with this one map, I feel like he just got such a boost, I think. I feel like he's now more, alongside the records, more in the mind of people, like his activity on Discord as well. He was so close. He was so close. And not only him, also Sammy. Also Sammy, the guy who already proved so often that he has a lot of creative thought process in his maps. and still yet is kind of overlooked for some things. Like, I don't know, I had some people just feel like his tracks are too... I don't know, but... You know, I would have wished from heart that I just can put him up there and like say, my bros made it, but... In the end it was like so fucking close. So same time, sorry to you guys, and same time... Holy shit, you made it on the second rank out of all those maps. Like, you guys got, in my eyes, the second best map of the year. Which is still kinda incredible given that you are ahead of a Sanjay Volume 2, of a Schwan Peak, of a Russo great map, of a Brian great map, of Text's Peak. You know what I mean? Let's tap on your shoulder now and say you did it very, very well, because yeah, I'm looking forward. I'm looking forward to more shit. I know some of the shit, it's gonna be wild. Please keep an eye out for those guys, okay? Don't underestimate them. Not at all. You really should. At this point, please stop doing that. Because they can totally pull off great shit. And they showed it more than you could ever ask for. So yeah, with one map left, Mr. Throne of the Year remains Throne of the Year. If your map has Scourge in it, of course, how could you lose? You have Scourge in it. Oh well. Whoopsie, he won again. Fair enough, he took Lukaku's and Sanjay with him, which is pretty cool. Gotta give the guy some credit, especially Lukaku's. Like, maybe I kind of would like to talk about his Volume 8, honestly. I really like this, but I have no reason to talk about it, you know. Maybe I should create a reason to talk about it, just so I can talk about it. Anyway. And here's the point of the video I kind of wanted to address. It's about a certain, like now we enter the rant arc, you know. Not really, it's just something I witnessed. It's simply that there is this mind thing about this crazy alien space map that worried me, because it was kind of talked down for the fact it being a Scourge Zebra map, and you would expect more than it is. And that's something I'm, fair enough, struggling with myself sometimes, because I think everyone knows this feeling, like you see a mapper's name and you're kind of like judging based on the name as well. Like, expectation wise, and you compare it like, okay, now this map is a Volume 1, we have to be kinder to it than if it was a Volume 6. Now let me get the rant part out, that I honestly rather dislike this approach. In the end, for me personally, I want to vote maps. And I accept the fact that I can be not biased. Like, you will never be on this level like, oh my god, it's a Yami Volume 11. Like, I totally can ignore the fact that Yami made it. That's not happening. I of course will fucking drool by the fact that Yami made a map, and of course it will most likely affect something inside me with the judgment. Now, I can also accept that it's not Scar's best map, it's not Zebra's best map, okay, yeah, it's fair. But what is important is that the map is fucking batshit insane nonetheless. And I consider it weird to like, given that logic, I would have given Outrageous a free roam and put Sky Rising straight up behind it. Because, like, I don't know, Russo didn't put his best map, it should be lower. Schwan did a great map, but it's not the favorite of mine, I should put it lower. You get what I'm trying to say. I feel like it's a stupid argument, honestly. And while you can address such things in arguments, it's odd if, in my opinion, if you take down places for it, because in the end I feel like the product matters and not the name. But that's just something I want to get off my chest, because it's kind of bugging me. and I don't want to end up on this level where I give a Genji Valley more credit in a ranking system simply because Genji didn't have so many maps, unlike a GameX or Scourge or an NX or something. This type of voting process just wouldn't make sense to me. If it's only addressing argumentations, I think it's necessary, but yeah. It's just something I want to get off my chest. I'm personally happy with this list, I think. This pretty much is well assembled for my POV. We will get you next year, Scourge. I'm not sure what you're cooking in the backgrounds. I can imagine it's tough to beat volume 15. I'm not sure if you're even still cooking, you know? I'm not sure. But not only Scourge, like even Shondex, Nico, Espawn, you all guys out there, you gotta be careful. I have the feeling there are some really, really dangerous forces here. And that's why I wanna shout out to them. I wanna shout out to those evil forces that are coming for you. Those forces being... And that's the point where Slimy can just put on some edit again. Because they're about to get epic. I wanna end this with some credits where credits due. To also add some newcomers of the year. And just thank them. But also maybe give them some sort of motivation to keep going. And those are especially Slimy, first, my bro, my pal. I really hope that there will be some more maps of you this year. We both know our mapping process very well, and it's really in the stars how this will go out. But you showing me several times how creative of a guy you are. You're showing me so many times how you can get out there and deliver super well stuff. Yeah, if you feel motivation, keep going. But yeah, honestly, I'm really looking forward that Slimy at least puts like 2 maps out next year. We are in February, it's this year, we have 2024 now, Karni. Jesus Christ. But yeah, but not only Slimy, also Nagafo, who went a lot more silent after his backward peak. Honestly, Nagafo, shout out to you, a lot of cool backward maps. Honestly, keep going. Like, I feel like you have super great ideas. Not sure if you should continue backward maps. Maybe you could also try to get more in the back, not in the backward section. Jesus Christ, yeah, I'm talking for 2 hours and it shows. Maybe also try some other type of HDM. I saw other projects of yours and I feel like you just like didn't find your spot before the backward stuff yet. But maybe like just keep pushing yourself and show that you're just even more than some silly backward enhancements. Like combine them with actual other tracks, and I feel like you can also go way more far than you are right now. And maybe making sure out of the backward sector you're also very renowned. I don't know if you still cook as well. But yeah, I just want to give you credit for this. Like, you did catch my interest out of nowhere. And as a pioneer, you get like the highest medal I can probably give you. Because that's batshit insane. It's so hard to be a pioneer for something. Then, of course, also, a guy that was getting a short attention for this video specifically, but Genji is insane. Genji showed a lot of decoration effort and also could maybe with some little more enhancements count as one of the greatest decorators we have right now. Like, honestly, great guy. Valley, crazy good map. Great efforts on the Yuri features. Great efforts on 4 Dragons. New Rachem, also a super fun map to play. Genji is also out there coming for you all, for your higher up mappers already, established mappers. Don't underestimate Genji, guys. Genji is cooking really, really good. And I hope to see more of him this year. And then, of course, my favorite out of all of them, the good old Aegis Seeker. Like, Jesus Christ. Aegis Seeker is for me already an S tier mapper now, and it's insane. Half a year, and he's an S tier for me. I'm looking forward to what I said before, like, please go all out on the map once and you will probably get a map of the year from me. It will be super hard if you do to beat you, honestly. Not sure if it's even possible. You would need to get Scourge in or GT Taro to, or like, I don't know, Russo. You need the best of the best to beat you if you go all out, I'm pretty sure of that. So please keep going and show off. Show that the modern era is also there and is coming after. So yeah. And then, at the very, very last, personally, I just had some small thought process in. Actually, at first I wanted to go some award type of shit, like this award goes to, this award goes to, but I didn't. So now just the top 5 mappers I consider like overall that made this year pretty cool still. Despite some saying it was a bad year, I feel like it was a pretty good year. And the reason for this is like, those top 5 members specifically, of course many others, but I like those really showed off amazingly this year. And that being Aegis Seeker, which I started here, Kloa Bessel, Gurk, still going out with what he stopped from Spedito. He brought out Coastal. He brought out the latest Blossom's Bloom. Gurk is also part of the reason Rhymmetal improved like this. You know, that's crazy. Gurk did some really, really, really good maps. And his style is pretty established now, his more modern speed style. Then we have Scud. I want to mention Scud dropped 2 maps this year, if I remember correctly. I don't think there were some prior to it now, November and December, and both HDMs, both with crazy good HDM mappers, like, you know, and both have amazing decoration that not only matches Espawn, but I think especially Superior surpasses. Superior, best HDM deco of all time so far for me. Yeah, Scud is someone, yeah, I would probably say you are right now the best decorator in the HDM sector, and maybe alongside some minor, really few exceptions, the best decorator of all time right now for me. Honestly, hard to beat, very hard to beat. And same time here, credit for Pixie as well, because I'm pretty sure you did like 50-50 on the Superior map, so yeah, great job. Then wanna compliment Shondex here. Shondex did also drop bangers, though they didn't, both of them didn't make it in the Map of the Year vote. I gotta say, you're going in a direction that I really like the previous direction was rather cool for ideas, bad for gameplay, and I felt like the Chotomy and Bitter End were way better to play than your previous entries like Play of Hardened or Arcaster Pain 2. So yeah, I'm glad that the evolvement of your playability really rose up this year. Looking for more here. We'll see what we get from you. And then my personal favorite of this year overall, mainly because he's just did so fucking much, is obviously Brian. Brian had such crazy efforts this year. Like, even if I just get through this list, he did so many things. Blue Lagoon, the underwater map, that's just very unique. Then it was rather quiet going on with Chill Skills, which was still unique for what it is, like super cool small project. The reverse project of his Alone Soul map, also pretty cool stuff in between. Then the moment he started going fucking nuts with Terra Incognita, bringing back Draped on the map, continuing to make this odd daily commute bus map. skilled boss out of nowhere. Also crazy, followed by the grinder, this troll project, which is still super cool. Then the skilled flower pot map, which is also super random, but yet super cool and unique from a concept perspective. 600 Years 2, another comeback of an old OG cool project. Then Bullshit Coaster, which was not that crazy good, but same time like, it was another map in between, pretty neat. Followed by You're the Mapper, a map where you literally can edit while playing. What the hell? Can be enhanced as a concept, of course, still, but it's a crazy concept. Let's admire this. And yeah, ending with Rosalie, where he did a great job at following Russo's style. This guy made so many maps, and I just wanted to point that out because it's insane. Ryan did a lot this year. A whole lot. And also shout out to all the guys helping him here, like Russo, like Sandy. It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. And also shout out to, I don't know who made the mapping script for the You the Mapper map. Was it Luminaire? Actually, nah. I just don't want to drop in names like this if I don't know it. But also, nicely done here. Okay, now I'm done talking. This was a long record. I hope you don't have to wait too long for the map of the month of January, because we're running late. This had some delays. It's entirely my fault. However, we'll keep going as long as you support this. I hope. And for now, I'm heading out. See ya. Bye, Yonara. Inconsistent!